We want our kids to be successful, so we prep to avoid back-to-school disasters. We tend to focus on supplies: the backpack, the lunchbox, the folder, the water bottle, the shoes that somehow already disappeared before the first day of school. And yes, all of that matters. But before school starts, there is something else worth noting: the summer slide. Over the summer, kids get out of school habits and into summer fun. More downtime, more snacks, more screens, later bedtimes, fewer transitions, and fewer moments where 20 different children all have to wait their turn at the same time. Then school starts, and suddenly kids are expected to jump right back into classroom routines. They have to wait, take turns, stop and start activities, handle disappointment, keep trying when something feels hard. These are not just school rules, those are behavior skills. And after more than 20 years in elementary education, I can tell you that a lot of kids do better when those skills are refreshed before the first stressful moment. That does not mean you need to recreate school at home. Please don't line your children up in the hallway and make them ask permission to sharpen a pencil. But you can do a few small practice moments before school starts. If your child struggles to wait without whining, interrupting, grabbing, or melting down, this is one back-to-school skill to refresh before the first day: waiting. Waiting is hard for a lot of kids, and at school, kids wait all day long. They wait for a turn, they wait in line, they wait for recess, lunch, dismissal, supplies, directions, and sometimes for another child to finish telling a story that started in 2021 and somehow still has not reached the point. So before school starts, practice small moments of waiting, not as punishment, not as a test, just as practice. You might say, "Wait while I pour your drink," or "Wait while your brother gets his turn." Then praise the waiting when you see it. "Great job waiting," or "Look at you waiting like a rock star." The second thing I would refresh is taking turns. Taking turns sounds simple, but it can be really very difficult for a child who really wants to be first, or really wants the item, or really wants the adult's attention. You can practice this with games, snacks, conversation, choosing music in the car, picking who goes first. The point is not to make everything a formal lesson. Just help your child remember: sometimes I go first, sometimes somebody else goes first, sometimes I have to wait and try again. That's school. The third thing I would refresh is following a short direction. At school, children hear directions all day. Put your folder away, push in your chair, bring your pencil, line up, and for some kids, the hard part is not knowing the whole routine. So before school starts, practice short, clear directions at home. Not 5 directions at once, not a speech, just one simple direction, like "Put your shoes away," or "Bring me your cup," "Hand me your backpack." Then praise the follow-through. "That was quick listening," or my personal favorite, "Dude, that was professional level listening." Those little moments of praise help your child connect the behavior to the skill. If your child falls apart when it's time to stop one thing and move to another, this is a back-to-school skill worth practicing before the first day: transitions. Transitions are when kids have to stop one thing and move to another. And transitions can be hard because children are often being asked to leave something they like and move to something they did not choose. That happens constantly at school. Stop playing and come to the carpet. Stop recess and come inside. Stop talking and listen. At home, you can practice transitions with first, then language. First clean up, then snack, or first bath, then story. First, then language helps children understand the order of expectations. It also keeps adults from using too many words. And too many words can turn a simple direction into a parent TED Talk no one signed up for. Instead of saying, "We have to go soon, so you need to clean up and get ready," and instead of being asked several times, "I really need you to cooperate today," etc., you can say, "First shoes, then outside." Short, clear, repeatable. The fifth thing I would refresh is asking for help. A lot of kids don't automatically ask for help when something feels hard. They tend to avoid or argue. They shut down. They cry. They say, "I can't." They break the pencil. They suddenly need to go to the bathroom for the 4th time in 2 minutes. And usually they're not trying to be difficult. They just don't know what to do with that stuck feeling. So before school starts, practice the words, I need help, or I'm stuck, or can you show me? You can even make practice playful. Tell your child, pretend your work feels really hard. What can you say? Then let them practice the words, I need help. That may seem tiny, but it matters because when kids are frustrated, they're more likely to use words they've already practiced. The sixth thing I would refresh is handling no or not yet. This one matters because school is full of moments where children do not get exactly what they want exactly when they want it. No, it's not your turn yet. No, we're not going outside for recess today. Or maybe later. That can be hard. So at home, you can practice what to do when the answer is no or not yet. You're not trying to make your child love the answer. You are teaching them what to do with the feeling. They can say, okay, or I'm disappointed. They can feel upset. They can be disappointed. They still need a way to respond that does not turn into yelling, grabbing, throwing, arguing, or melting down. That is the skill. And the best time to practice that skill is when everyone is calm, not in the middle of a meltdown. Trying to teach a behavior skill during a meltdown is like trying to teach swimming to someone who just fell into the deep end. That is not the moment for your best instructional speech. So before school starts, choose 1 or 2 school behavior skills to refresh. You don't need to practice them all in one day. You don't need a clipboard. You don't need to turn your living room into a professional development session. Just look for small moments and praise the skill. Amazing job waiting. Or, you did a great job using your words when you were disappointed. That kind of language helps children understand what they're doing well, and it helps them carry those skills back into school. The goal is not to make the first week of school perfect. The first week of school is never perfect. Someone will forget a water bottle. Someone will be tired. Someone will cry. Someone will discover that the lunch they begged for is now unacceptable because it was cut into the wrong shape. That's life. The goal is not perfection. The goal is preparation. A little practice before school starts can make those first routines feel less brand new, less overwhelming, and less stressful. If your child struggles with routines, transitions, frustration, following directions, or big emotions, I created the Parent Guide to help parents understand behavior as a skill and build a practical plan at home. It walks through things like first-then supports, replacement behaviors, reinforcement, behavior charts, triggers, and what to do when strategies are not working yet. The Parent Guide is linked in the description. And for a free place to start, the My Choices cheer charts are linked there too. I'm Brett Kay with The Advocator. I make educational expertise practical for parents. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.